Yo, 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 yo. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. What up, Mal? Hope you're having a good weekend. Got a little surprise stream in. Unplanned stream, as they all are nowadays. Maine, oh, Maine. Okay. We're all good. I think we're all set. Maybe. We're almost there. Almost there. Bet. All right. All right. We're good to go. We're good to go. Yo, yo, yo. What up? Weekend has been good. It's been pretty chill. Relaxing, hanging out, spending time with family. Gonna take the kids bowling in a little bit. Monday's a holiday for us, so I'll get to chill one more day. Enjoy the long weekend. A little bit, little bit. How's yours been? While we do this and get ourselves wound up. See how this thing sounds today. I've been enjoying it quite a bit, actually. A long weekend, nice. Mine's not bad. Got to check out my buddy's audio setup yesterday, which was fun. No, sick. Audio setup as in recording or like, is he like an audio file? Oops. Oh, very nice. Oh gosh. Oh my lord. Alright, let's switch this back to like regular English. Oh, not 1K, just English. Here we go. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I feel like I like it more today. I already was enjoying it quite a bit. Oh, before we go there. I think the one thing I didn't really care for was the spacebar, but... Yo, what up, you doing? Is it really the first time live? Yo, welcome. What time is it over there for you? This thing too. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Much, much doper than I expected. Yeah, O stream when you're asleep. Oh yeah, it makes sense. Nearly 11. Jeez. Not too bad. Not the worst. We're usually up a little later than that ourselves over here. How's the fusion going? Were any of those resources helpful? Or have you had a chance to dig in yet? Hang on, let me turn this music down a little bit, man. This is loud. I can't hear anything. There we go. There we go. Oh, is this in the way? My bad. Bet. All right, well, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the build today. So today, we're doing a board I've actually owned 2 versions of before. Tells you how much I like it. Can't get rid of it. This one was actually gifted to me by a friend. So shout out to the Kuzo, wherever you're at, brother. Much appreciated. There we go. Keep this off to the side. And this is the VA Blue TGR X Shengmu caps. I love the color on this board, man. And the nice little surprise on this guy is it's got a polished stainless steel booty. So the original one uses an all aluminum bottom, but I feel like this looks next level right here. Super gorgeous board. When people ask me, how does it compare? Isn't it the same thing as a Jane? No, it's not. It's very different, I think. Different weight design, obviously. Very, very different weight design on the bottom. That whole thing is just like gigantic, chunky weight. No internal weight. And 9-degree typing angle here. But it does also support O-ring and top mount. So using the same plate. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous color. Love it with the stainless steel for sure. Bro, I've been so lazy. My keycap design is coming together. Hopefully have something to share soon. Going to Morocco next week, so hopefully come back inspired from all the architecture. I got it pretty hard. That's awesome though. Hey man, take it at your own pace. There's no rush, right? The whole process it's slow anyway. You know what I mean? Like prototyping, dealing with manufacturers. And right now anyway, I mean, it's about to be Lunar New Year, right? So they shut down. Yo, Panex. What up, man? So is that how you say it? Is it Panex? Panex? How do you say your name? I always look at it and think pancakes. And that's just me. That's my bad. Hope you're having a good Sunday, bro. And this is the sheet. This is the sheet we're going to be putting your raw bottom on. I just hit up Hobie for a raw bottom for this because I want to get a raw backplate. So that'll be going on here soon. Soon.tm. All right, let's go over here. Put this away. Let's get this PCB tested real quick. What? I didn't realize these were for the Corsicom. Okay, interesting. So this is a commissioned PCB that I think Mohit ran this com. You see the Corsa turquoise commission and the date down here. I believe Keith Spencer made this specific PCB. So shout out to Further over there for hooking it up. These came out, like, we got these super quick. It was like insane. Yeah, you had it right the first time. Okay, so Panics. Originally misspelled pancakes as you know. Yo, there you go. Okay, it makes sense. Should be able to hey, no rush. Appreciate it, dude. No worries. Yeah, hopefully it's clean. I'm going to wait on Tom to hook it up with one of those raw back plates when he's got them ready. So no rush on my end. All right, let's plug this thing in real quick. We got lights. I know this has already been tested, but we're going to do it anyway for the sake of the stream. And a double check. Okay. I'm just going to do a full row. Just make sure things are good. I think for today, we're probably going to rock this in top mount. Oops, what did I do? There we go. Most likely top mount. I think we're Gucci over here. Yep. Sick. I'm loving the quality of this PCB actually. We got it at a good price too, so. Shout out to Mohit, wherever you at too, dog. Bet. So that's Gucci, which means we can go straight to stats. So I'm gonna try to power through this. Like I mentioned, I have plans to take my kiddos out, my family out to go bowling, which is something we never do, but they went to a family party recently and they had a good time doing it, so. Jeez. GG's. BRB. I forgot the steps. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. We back. Yo, Risha, what up? Yeah, that build is what we're going with today. The only thing up in there right now is just what caps we end up using. Kind of depends on how they look on here. If I remember right, I had one of the sets already on here. It's been a minute since I've had it, so I don't know. But yeah, that's fine. So that's the one I'm leaning towards, but we'll see when we get there. Didn't hear the full spec of the board, but is this one full alu? So no, yeah. So traditionally, the VA Blue was a full alu unit. This one specifically, I got from a buddy as a gift, and he put on a polished stainless steel bottom. So that's what makes it different. And that bottom came from the VA Black unit, which actually came with 2 versions. It came with 2 bottoms. In my case, one was polished and one was brushed steel. In some cases, it seems there's raw ones. I'm not sure exactly why, but yeah. But it is it's just external only weight. It's a massive external only weight though. And it's honestly, it's kind of hard to know. I think the only true VA unit, because he's called them all VA units, I think the only true VA unit that was actually part of an actual VA was the black one. I'm pretty sure all of the other ones have just been raffles. So I don't know why the naming is as it is, because it's confusing. But when you see VA pink, you see VA silver. I'm pretty sure all of those were just normal raffles. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Get these trimmed real quick. What's everybody got going on this weekend? Hopefully it's been chill. Derek, what up, man? Been a minute. How you doing, dude? How's school? Good, man. Good. Good to hear. Start of a new year, right? Good vibes this year, man. Last year was a doozy. Yo, Alex, what up? Yeah, dude. Quick little midday stream, surprise stream, before we take out these monkeys. In the middle of a very chill weekend. Spent last night. Yo, what up, Leviathan? Spent last night unmil-maxing the Lily PCB. 1 out of 10 would not recommend. Yeah, bro, that sounds freaking brutal. I have like zero interest in mil-maxing a PCB. I have sockets. I don't even want to do it. I'm just like, what's the point? I know I'm not gonna like the way it sounds. Why even torture myself? Never mil-max a playlist build. Oh yeah, absolutely. That even I know that. Why would you do that? Yo, yeah, do it. Thank you for the follow, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. You've been part of the squad, but you know, welcome to the squad anyway. I did. I'll pull it back out in a sec. It's right over here. Because I was young and dumb, I didn't know any better. It's all good, dude. It's all good. I have done many, many scuffed things in my time in this hobby. Many of which have been on stream. So don't feel too bad. All right. Let me just crap out the way. Yeah, I'll shut off real quick before I forget. All right. Here she is. It's my second time owning a blue one, but this one came with. Oh, it's kind of ugly right now. Kind of smudged up there, but beautiful, polished stainless steel bottom weight, which I think really looks killer on this color. And as I mentioned earlier, if you weren't here for it, I got a raw bottom on the way, courtesy of Panics, that I'm going to try to pair with one of Tom's raw back plates. Hell, maybe I'll send it to him to see if he can patina this thing up. Do some Tom magic. Okay. GDZ. And our 205. I'm going to do a little bit of both. 205 on the inside of the housing. Just really quick. The blue did not have an SSWay. This was a gift from DeCuzo. He sent me back one of the polished bottoms that I gave him with my black VA unit when we traded. So this one has an aluminum bottom and it has this bottom. Lifted 3 pads, but all fixed in the end. Use Syracuse BCPs. Oh, nice. Sounds great. Very nice. Wait, which board was this? Mango, catching. Oh, sorry, I totally missed that. Catching 2 streams back to back. Hell, let's go. Sorry, I joined yours earlier, by the way. I was just, I was lurking. I had a bunch of stuff going on this morning. But I definitely had you up. My first one being back to in a while. Hope you're having a great weekend too. The black came with 2 bottoms. It did. It did indeed. How did the build go? The PC build. That's the part I caught. There were some issues with the HD or not booting or something. Gok Lily? Oh hell yeah. Sick ass board, man. I still have no idea why I sold mine. I went through a phase of saying I didn't care for 60s, and that's a lie. Oh yeah, Silky was asking about a great black 60. Yeah, the Lily should be top of that list, especially if you like plateless, and I think he likes plateless builds. It didn't boot for about 20 minutes. Heard him slightly for 2 minutes, but now it's all good. Awesome. All part of the standard PC building experience. It is, dude, for sure. It's just never gonna boot the first time. All right, I'm gonna switch over to our BDZ once I put the stems in the housing. Let's skip this shit. Get out of here. Nobody trying to listen to it. Oh, wrong way. Maybe? There we go. My bad. This is a random playlist, by the way. Almost there. Bet. All right. Anybody joining the Gehern? How do you say Gehern? Gurn? 60? The price point on that board is pretty hard to beat, man. I haven't heard a typing test yet, though. But I'd assume it sounds solid. The TKL sounds solid. I'm tempted for one of the color shift finishes. Yo. Gahirn. That's even harder. I don't know why it's harder for me to read when it's spelled phonetically. Gahirn. I thought it was Gihern. Gahirn. Yeah, especially that it supports it supports MX, EC, and HE. It's pretty fire. I will say the Serenity does also support multiple formats, but it's not I'm not designing PCBs for it. We're gonna use the McLovin Z60 for that bad boy. But yes, always a plus. Maximum compatibility. No more SCR projects for me for a while at least. Oof. Yeah. I can't blame you on that front. The STR boards I've gotten have not had major issues, thankfully. Like the Bull Pangea full size. I think they did the intro. I want to say they did the intro S100. That was fine for me. I bought a Spider TKL, which was fine. Had no issues. Like when they nail it, they really nail it. I feel like their finish is right next, if not as good as DDS, maybe even slightly better. Their coats are really, really nice. The anodizing is really, really nice. It's the German word for brain. Oh. Gehirn. All right. I'm going to practice it. I'm still going to mess it up, but Gehirn. I was considering the pastel color. Yeah, that one looks sick too for Divina Papaya. However you say, Divina Papaya. It's like the only reason I'd probably get that set. I like that set. I just couldn't see putting it on anything, right? Unless you had like a Tiffany blue keyboard. But with this one, it's like perfect. Okay, I don't know why I'm going so hard on this. We'll go for an EC and MX build. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. I wonder when I'm going to get back into EC. I do have a Pro 2K coming soon. So hopefully I start to enjoy it again. I wonder if DCS Unicorn Loki could look nice. Ooh, yeah. Facts. I didn't even think about that. It would definitely look sick on there. If anybody tries to correct you, they're wrong. It's like when people say Porsche instead of Porsche. Oh, Porsche instead of Porsche. All right. Yeah, that's the one I can pronounce properly. Is that rare? Was that a test? Porsche. I pronounce it the latter, but depending on who you're talking to in the US, you see. That's true. There. You know what's weird about that? Like, it's only here that I've realized that that's an issue, right? So my wife's Latina. She's Spanish. I mean, she speaks Spanish. Sorry, she's Mexican. So obviously, when certain Spanish words come up, she says them with her accent because it's the native way she speaks. And like people frown on that. It's like they think she's showing off. And they're like, why can't you just say like taco instead of taco or whatever the fuck, right? Like whatever she's trying to say. But I'm like, bro, that's correct pronunciation. Like, what's wrong with that? Why is that an issue? Damn it. There we go. It gets tough, I think, if starting English only, I'd say Porsche as well. Porsche, bro. It's Porsche. Come on. I don't know. To me, it's also an indicator of whether or not you're like not really an enthusiast versus a true enthusiast, right? Like a car enthusiast would probably call it Porsche versus, you know, the average person not knowing. I think I did once on stream and Niku came for me. Yo. Yeah, even I tend to do that when it comes to like words in Punjabi or Hindi. I usually default to saying them as they would be said when speaking the language, right? So Gahirn. Who's buying the Gahirn 60 other than me and Panix? And maybe Leviathan. Wait, I'm not buying it. I lied. I'm not supposed to be buying anything. Alex, you didn't hear that. I'm not joining any group buys this year, guys. Yo! Welcome in. Hope you're having a good weekend. Did anybody watch His and Hers by chance? I was talking about it on my last stream. My wife and I ended up finishing the show yesterday. Or day before yesterday, technically. Lost Sam, I need to wait for my other delivery. Yeah, dudes, I'm in the same boat. I'm sitting on way too many keyboards. I was supposed to list them like last week, and I just have not had time. But I'm trying to get my collection down to at least just like maximum 10 boards for right now. I think that's a reasonable number. Whether or not I can make it work, we'll see. Well, I don't think I could ever get down to 10. That's gonna be tough. That's the goal I've got set for myself. We'll see if I can make it work. What is everybody's... Okay, let's do this. What is everybody's top 5 keyboards that they own or have owned? Like, if you had a tier list for your top 5 favorite keyboards, format doesn't matter, MX, EC, whatever. It's all good. As of today, what's your top 5? I still need one of each Rookie Board, Law, and Serenity. For real, Ruckus, dude, shout out. He's got so many cool things coming. I'm in a bunch of his group buys right now, or comms or group buys, whatever. So I'm in the same boat. Can't wait for 896, Corsa Mini. The 9-list is coming soon, hopefully. It sounds like soon.tm, right? PC Corsa looks really sick. It sounds awesome. K-Mini waiting room. For real, so hyped for that. Dude, I am too. I am so hyped for that board. Corsa's already so damn good. I need someone to run Corsa Mini. Dude, Calm Corner. Just post a message in there, see who all wants to do it. Somebody might volunteer to run it. Alex, you want to run a comm? I don't know if you're still here. Alex, run a K-Mini comm, dude. I think Alex just ran a 1098 comm for the green one. That one looks really sick. I love that raw, like brushed weight, brush brass. Oh, it's like a radial brush too. I did post my own IC, but I honestly have no idea how to run a comm. Oh, it's super simple. It really isn't much. So basically, at the bare minimum, all you're doing is you're making the payment. So you're collecting the payments from the people that want to be involved, right? You're submitting it to DDS or whoever the manufacturer ends up being through a payment link. Like they'll make you sign up for an Alibaba account. You'll go in, they're going to send you an invoice just like you would get an invoice dealing with somebody on Mech Market or whatever, right? You pay them, and then it's off to the races, right? Kev, or Rukia in this case, will submit his files. That'll all be done ahead of time. All you do is manage the payment, set a shipping address. When it's done, they're going to, throughout the process, they're probably going to give you some updates you can share back to people. When it's done, they ship you all the boards, right? And then it's just up to you to QC them. So this is what the comm runner does. You get the boards, you QC them, and then you ship them to who they go to. Anything else you do on top of that is just icing on the cake, right? If you want to get PCBs, you want to get them O-rings or whatever else, none of that is required at all for a comm. So it's really straightforward. It's work, but it's not like a ton of work, right? It's as much work as you make it out to be. Like in my case, for the gunmetal comm, I did organize a PCB comm to go along with it. I ordered carrying cases. I ordered O-rings, stuff like that, right? And consolidated everything. The idea there was to try to save on shipping costs to everybody, right, and get costs down. I organized play orders to Tom, and then just ship them all out, right, each order out to each person. So it's like being a mini vendor essentially. Good experience to learn how the process works, how to deal with manufacturers and stuff if you're interested in any of that. But it was smooth. It was really pretty smooth. Okay, we're good. Let's get this PCB going. Yes. Oh wait, before I do that, I gotta get the plate out. Yo, I'm wondering, will this work with just the... I have so many Jane plates at this point. Let's see. Yes. I think these are Corsa plates. These are Corsa plates. Yeah, I think, hang on one sec. I think I have spare plates for this. Screw it. We'll go aluminum. We're going to go aluminum. We're going to go alu top. Keep it simple. I already know how it sounds. I know I like it. Why mess with success? I think the only board I'm really looking forward to so far, outside of the ones I mentioned, is the Syntesi from Marisi and McLovin. If you guys have been around here, you guys know how much I like flying and team over there at McLovin. So, of course, I got to support the homie project. But it also just looks sick. Yeah, it does. I love the little tweak to the glove. It kind of reminds me of oh my gosh, the Infinity Gauntlet. Plus, it's plateless. It's inspired by OTV boards, right? It's supposed to be it's supposed to have like more room in it, so it's a little bit more airy sounding. We shall see. Marisi doesn't miss, right? Even what I would argue is that his quote unquote worst board, which is the 500C, like least highly rated, which is still a great board. It still looks awesome. It still sounds pretty damn good. It's just not as good as the other stuff he's done. Okay. Oh yeah, and Sasanta should also be delivering soon. Excited for that, dude. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to pick that one up. I said I was done buying, but I lied. That's the other one for sure. If there's extras, which will probably sell instantly, that would be nice. But I'm not looking forward to the aftermarket pricing on that board for sure. And who knows what else he's got planned. I know there's going to be a Korea-specific drop, right? Or SEA-specific drop that they're doing. Or exclusive, I should say. In partnership with GODSSON. So that's sick. Yo, what up, Air? Where did the SS bottom come from for the sheet? It came from a VA Black sheet. That's where it was originally from. Was lucky enough to snag Silver Winky. Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's sick. Congrats. Congrats. That's the one right there. That's the exact one I would want. I bet. Got this plate out. Oops. so I don't scuff it. Oh, wait, before we do that, let's pop these in. Test them real quick, yeah. Bet. Okay. Got switches. Oops. Yo, thank you so much, Omeko, for the freaking sub. The Prime sub? Shout out, bro. Welcome to the fam. When you're done, can I show off my EX Ecliptica board? Yeah, absolutely can. Just please remind me because I will forget. In fact, fuck it. Pause. We're going to show it off right now. Because otherwise I will definitely forget. Whew. All right, here we go. We're going to show it off. And there she is. This is the red titanium version. Dark's killer side profile. That dope ass dual titanium weight. It's actually surprisingly light. I mean, if you know titanium's light, you would know it's light. But it's, yeah, it's super light. But it does not affect the sound in a negative way in any way. It actually sounds awesome. We'll do a little quick test. This is for sure one of my favorite TKLs. In my top 3. Not just because of how it looks, but also because of how it sounds. The leaf spring mount is just killer on this thing. One sec, buddy. She's upstairs, buddy. Oh my gosh. There it is. There it is. And this thing is built with broken in Nixies on an aluminum plate. Leaf spring top mount, like literally the perfect sounding TKL. Zero resonance. Yeah, it's one of the most satisfying boards I own for sure. And I'm also a massive Bleach fan, so that goes a long way for me. I mean, Bleach, what am I talking about? Berserk fan, so that goes a long way for me. I've got like the whole collection of manga right over here. What did I break? What did I break? Oh, nothing. We're Gucci. Very loud and clacky, for sure. All right. Let's finish this thing up. So we're gonna throw some caps on here to test these stabs real fast. Just pull these off the dodgy for right now. If someone asked me which keyboard is perfect in both looks and sound, I'd probably say this one. Yeah, absolutely. It's very hard to argue with. I would agree. The style, dark styling is just so unique anyway. He's a really, really, really good designer. I love that he thinks outside of the box for design elements, and it just works. There's a sequence 2 in the works, if you weren't aware. So Dark doesn't rerun boards, but he's going to do a spiritual successor to the board. So there's going to be an Ecliptica sequence 2 in the works sometime this year. So I would recommend joining his server and following one for that. If you like this one, I don't know how close it's going to be in design, but it should be something similar in the same vein at least, you know. Let you guys see this real quick too. Cool. Probably just inject a tiny bit of 205 and we should be good there. Let's just do this all in one go. Okay. Yeah, the only other boards that I can think of that I would personally say are like perfect to my taste for design and sound. This, I love the duality. I don't know, I'm sure if you guys have been around, you've heard me say how much I like that. I know that board is polarizing, but for me personally, I love the aesthetic. I really love the Ottanta Quattro. I like that it's like an upgraded or like a modernized take on the classics. And same thing with the Corsa. Rukia's Corsa is, you know, it's a 360C that's been refined, modernized. So what's not to love? I already love 360C, right? I also actually really like, so for if we were to talk about other boards that look good, not necessarily sound the best, I think the Cloudline, JGW Cloudline V2, sounds really, really good. Maybe not as good as the other boards I mentioned. You're nitpicking at that point, right? But it looks beautiful. Really, really nice design. Oops. This board, the She, I think it looks awesome, personally. I really enjoy the sound. Same idea, right? It's like that. It's got that classic Jane aesthetic. Also another polarizing board, obviously, because of SM's involvement. I get that. I try to separate, you know, art and the artist when it comes to keys, as long as they haven't done anything too egregious. I think he hasn't been. Oh, I don't know. I've heard some stuff. I won't comment on that. Not related to your current stream, but your fade is excellent. Yo, appreciate it. Yeah, shout out to my barber. He's a homie. We just got our haircuts. Spent 3 hours at the barbershop with me and my kids. All back to back. But thank you for noticing. Finding a good barber is difficult, but when you find one that's a chef's kiss, yeah, dead ass, bro. Trust me. My last barber, he was a homie too. I was with him for a long time, but the problem with good barbers sometimes is they become friends, and then your haircut, which used to be, like a 30-minute, 40-minute affair, becomes like an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Let's go get drinks. Let's hang out, and then it becomes it just becomes hard to sustain that. Especially when you're going in there with kids, and then like it's like a half day or a day long thing, and I was like, bro, I'm sorry, I gotta find a new barber. This shit's not working. I don't know, but I grew up in a place where barber culture is like a thing, right? So I wanted to introduce my kids to it. It's cool, man. Going in, shooting the shit, having a good time, listening to music, kind of doing what we're doing here, just bullshitting, talking about what's going on in the world. You don't really get that experience at like a Supercuts or Great Clips or whatever. Did you stay friends at least? Yeah, we did. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. He understood. What's going on over here? All right, hang on. Let's focus. Do this the right way. I thought the plate would be fine, but I think these holes are too tight. Without a fork, I meant, sorry. My grandpa was a barber. He used to give free haircuts, which was nice. Hell yeah. That's sick. Yeah, I remember my dad used to take me to the barber shop in Stockton growing up, like down the street from his the gas station that we had growing up. Those memories are precious. And now what's funny is like my kids love going to the barber. They actually get along with our barber quite a bit. I mean, he's like a big kid himself, so he loves like, he like talks about Pokemon and all this stuff with them, and they're all the way locked in. It's a cool environment. Most barbershops I've been to have been, more PG-13 plus mature. This one, it's a little bit of both. They know their audience, right? So they cater to whoever's there. So the last time I had the Shi, it was built with OG BCPs. I actually still have those switches. But I wanted to try with regular blacks. Maybe in another build. I did really like those. They were super cool. Notably different in sound and feel from Syracuse or Kale BCPs, for sure. Come on, what's going on? What's a reasonable price range for TGR Shiva? Which color? It really depends on the color, and I think right now is a really good time to buy. The market has fallen quite a bit across the board, so you can probably nab one for a pretty good price. I can give you price ranges that I'm aware of. So the blue one is actually one of the cheaper ones because it's a full aluminum bottom. So you can probably find a nice blue one for around $500 right now. I would say 600 absolutely tops. I wouldn't pay that much for it in the current market. Last time I bought it, I paid $850 for it, but that was like 7-8 months ago, and the market was very different back then. The main group buy ones, so the green, the red, the gray that have brass and copper bottoms, those you'll find around 550, 650, 750 at the upper end. I mean, I would maybe if it has a ton of extras. Again, current pricing. These used to be like 800 plus. And then there's the silver and the pink one that they're a little bit more rare because they came after the fact and they're called VA units, but they're just smaller raffles. Those I would say are like around 800 plus. Typically speaking, just you'll see some for 1,000 that'll sell. You'll see them be slightly less and they'll sell. And then the black one is generally around 2,500 plus, depending on condition. I paid 3,000 for mine when I had it, but that was the market then. So it really depends which color you're interested in. I think I got all the colors too. And again, the only problem with the blue one is that it's full aluminum by default. So it's not the best sounding. It still sounds good. It's not bad. It's just not as good as any of the heavier weights. I also actually, I really like the Lin, the SM Lin that just dropped. Quite a bit's behind this actually right now. It has a very similar sound signature, which is interesting. It doesn't have O-ring support. Obviously, it's an Alice layout, so it's just top mount, but I feel like it sounds pretty similar. Alright, this is a nice one. I don't want to go in. There we go. I just think I was just generally curious. Yeah, for sure. Huge range. I don't think this board gets a fair shake because of the runner, one, and two, the comparison to the ME. This is a very different board from the ME. Not that the ME is a bad board. It's a good board with a backplate for sure. It's a great board with a backplate for sure. Get something to add some weight to it, but it's a different sound. It's a different feel. fixing some of these pins real quick. What spring lengths do I like on my cherries? My go-to is 55 G to 57 for the most part. I like single stage. And length, I like... It's kind of all over the place. I've been really liking 19 millimeter single stage right now, like the Grave Shift springs. But I do also like short... I tend to like shorter springs more often. So it's like 16 is probably the sweet spot. 16 to 19 is what I'll say. That'll be the definitive answer. Usually. And single stage. I'm not really a fan of dual or triple stage. I don't like how much additional pressure it adds up front. It makes the springs feel heavier. They snap back faster, but they feel heavier to push down. So it's weird. I forgot to grab the extras. How about you? Any specific preference? Come on. Same 50-55, single stage, 16-18. Yeah. That I would say so. It seems to be, it's just a comfortable, right? Comfortable little range there. Not too light, not too heavy. My thing with heavier springs is I feel like you can't type as fast when they're heavier, because I don't bottom out my switches usually when I'm typing. So the harder it is to depress, the slower I typically am. Yo, what up, Silky? Happy Sunday. What's good? Sorry I missed this. Is this client or personal build? This is personal build. This board was a gift. So I have been eager to build it since I got it. I actually desoldered these from a different board, so forgot to put these back in here. Sinai, what up? Yo, OC gang for the win for sure. What's going on, man? What time is it over there, dude? It's like 4 a.m., isn't it? 5 a.m.? Appreciate you being here. Sorry, I'm trying to finish this. These things are stuck. 5 a.m. Yo, sheesh. Early bird gets the worm. That's how you get all them keeps, huh? That's how you got that collection. You beat us all to the punch. I've been tempted to hit you up for the Apostle, man. But I've been fighting it. I've been trying to be a good boy and chill. I'm surprised you didn't build it. Why didn't you build it? Not your cup of tea? Why does this not want to go as well with this plate, yo? Not the OC, the Apostle by Dark. That you have listed? 2.1. Oh, you got a 2.1 too? Nice. My guy's got a bigger backlog than me. Yeah, when you build it, let me know how you feel about it. There we go. I think we're good off this now. Hopefully. Up to your eyes and boards, bro. For real, Silky. It's ridiculous. I got a little too impulsive last year, let's say that. I bought a keyboard, so I have to offload some stuff, including a pasta. Ooh, what'd you buy? What'd you buy? It's got to be something sick to offload all of those boards. Okay, I think we're good. Some of these are like sitting weird. Okay, let's make sure that one's not really all the way in. What the fuck's going on here? There we go. Okay, any more bent pins? Are we good? This one's not all the way in. Yo, Sinai, thank you for the follow, fam. Welcome to this. Oh, you've been part of the squad. Welcome to the squad. Soon TM. Is it a client build? No. This is a personal build. And my Corsa is en route, bro. It's on the way to my proxy as we speak. And then it should be coming along with all the other stuff I got over there soon. Soon.tm. Okay, I think we're fully seated. We will single pin it and make sure we are either way. Bet. Get all this going. Let this heat up. This is Chi VA with, it's actually got a polished stainless steel booty. It came with an extra bottom from one of the black VA units. yeah, it's kind of sick. Definitely kind of sick. Shout out to Dekuzo once again for being the fucking goat. Let me grab a soda real quick. Bet. All right. Let's get this closer a little bit. Oh, I forgot to tune it. My bad. What am I doing? And again, we're going to single pin this, so we're going to solder one pin at a time. Then we're going to go back and reflow and press down to make sure that each switch is properly seated. Because sometimes you think they are, but they're not. Not quite. I thought I got them all, but I showed it. Here's one more. It wasn't seated? Interesting. Okay. Is that a Goth Caps mat? Yeah, it is, man. Shout out to Goth. I love his stuff. I love his mats. They are a little bit more pricey, but I feel like they're worth it. They're typically like 1 to 2 millimeters thicker than most standard keep mats, and the quality on them, just the finish of the image and everything, it's sick. I've genuinely enjoyed it more than like any of the group buy mats I've gotten for a board. Those tend to be a little bit thinner. Did you hear my question earlier, Si? What did you end up getting? What's causing you to sell so many of your boards right now? You land something sick? Did you ever land that? I think weren't you looking for a red OC? One of the FNF ones? Yeah, it's him before. Really nice. Love his work on Artisans. Mostly have Goth Caps in my collection. Yeah, for sure. Not into Artisans anymore. Dude, congrats. The addiction is real, bro. Matrix 2.0 OG. Nice. Very nice. Matt has been looking for one recently from our server. How do you think it compares to the ad, in your opinion, from a sound perspective? I think the only difference is it has a smaller weight, right? It's the same plate. It's kind of like the CE versus, or the Jane V2 CE versus OG. Oh, still on the way, so I don't know. Not yet with you. For sure. Have you owned a 2.0 ad? Or do you have one right now? I'm sure you have. I had that one, but I had to sell two, but I liked it. I think after the 2.0 ad, Matrix lost their touch for me. I would agree, man. I would agree. Well, I think what they did is they deviated from the Korean market and they started just catering to the Chinese market straight up. Maybe they were always catering to the Chinese market, but like they definitely started doing their own thing, right? They started targeting case foam and aesthetics over sound. But I would agree, even from the aesthetic standpoint, I think the older boards look cooler. They're just more timeless. I think the last one, the one that was the exception to me was the My 2K. I did like the way that one looked, comparatively. Still not more than like a 2.0 or the OGs. Was the Falcon was after the ad though, right? I think so. That was a nice looking board. She's and Emmy's popping up. Why one over the other? So what I'll say is they sound different. They both sound good. I would say that she is probably a slightly deeper sounding board, and I think it sounds better in top mount compared to O-ring, based on my own testing. It is a 9-degree angle, right? So it's different than the ME. I think the ME 6.9 or 7. So it is definitely a steeper typing angle. And I think it's a heavier board. I want to say it's a heavier board, especially stock, right? Well, unless you get the all alloy. And then beyond that, it's really aesthetics. Which one do you think looks better, or what fits the aesthetics that you like in a board, right? That part is completely. I mean, it's all subjective. Outside of the objective differences of weight design and typing angle. If it were up to me personally, I would go with a VA, or sorry, a She. I just like the way it looks more than the ME. And I don't know, for me personally, when I think of Janes, I think of the V2 OG and the CE. And yeah, they're super expensive, but like those are the versions of the boards that truly, truly shine. I think the VA is like its own thing. You know what I mean? Like what I'm trying to say is the ME has to live in the shadow of its past iterations, and that's not. I don't know. Seems kind of sucky. Plus now there's the rubber Jane or the V3 coming out, so it just seems like it's kind of useless to have when you have so many other variants that are better, objectively better. I don't know anybody that says they like the ME more than any of the other versions of the Jane. So that's I don't know, my 2 cents there. Still a great board though. I'm not trying to shit on that board at all. Like if that's the only one you can find or have the funds for, you're not going to be upset with it. Especially if you get a backplate, like a brass or a stainless steel backplate. The issue with the newer Matrix boards is that there's just too much going on. Yeah, they like kind of just went overkill. They just threw everything at you from a design perspective. I 100% agree. They just don't feel, I don't know, classy, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, they're keyboards, right? Like, we expect them to look a certain way, I guess, and that's that you're trying to overcome that expectation. I mean, to this day, some of the most sought after boards are like the simplest looking, right? Like the Jane V2, the Ottanta Quattro, the all of the OTDs, the K-Max, the LZs, they're all dead ass simple looking boards, right? But people adore them. It looks like toys. Yeah, no, 100%. It's like some Fisher Price shit, right? It's like boards my kids would like to type on. I've actually never owned a Matrix board. I'll probably pick up a 2.0 ad at some point. Yeah, I would recommend the 2.0 ad is a great board. It shines, in my personal opinion, it all really depends on what you like, right? But to me, it shines with the 1.6 millimeter PCB. That's where you get a more full sound to it and less resonance. The one I have right now is a 2.0 ad that I built with a 1.2 millimeter PCB, and it's definitely metallic sounding, right? Without case foam, that's the problem. You get this really metallic resonance to it, which is the bad resonance. I'm not a fan of that. I don't mind resonance, but when it's metallic and pingy, that becomes a problem for me. But from a look and feel perspective, it feels worthy of like Endgame, you know. I guess Matrix is doing this to Spike Kalam for real, dude. They're like, all right, you want to clone our shit? Good luck. Oops, what am I doing? Wrong way. Good luck cloning this. I mean, yeah. It's not like their boards sit, right? They sell pretty damn well, especially in the Chinese market. And they have such a wide spectrum of keyboards and budgets that they're targeting, right, with those keyboards. Really can't knock them on that front. Almost there. Oops, missed one. Let's do that. All right. Oily. Do you have any DN boards or feel a way towards their boards? Let's just say no comment. Let's just say no comment. I've gotten enough trouble for my opinions on that front. If you like his stuff, more power to you. I will not knock any consumer that wants to buy what they want to buy. It is not my cup of tea, though. Oh, I forgot about all that. It's all good, man. It is all good. The one I've heard consistently, so I'll do this, okay? I'll be good. The one I've heard consistently good things about has been the Kipseli full-size TKL, or the brick TKL, whatever you call it, the BTKL, BTKL. I don't remember what all the nicknames are. I've heard pretty much universally good things about how that sounds, and that board uses a matrix plate that's been modified. It's kind of a mashup of a Jane and a 2.0 actually. So good on that. I mean, I think Lad did a good job coming up with that design. which is sick. And I will leave it at that. BKL, yeah, there you go. Why did you ask? Is there a specific one you're looking at? Because you don't have to take my opinion. You can ask the guys in the chat and gals what they think. Like I always say, man, like what you like, enjoy what you like. This hobby's for everybody, right? Don't let my opinion sway you. It's just my opinion. I picked up an O2 and it's interesting. Well, what do you mean by interesting? Did you get the PC one or the aluminum one, by the way? Or PC top, aluminum top, I should say. The top case has like tolerance issues with keycaps. It's the pink alu top and red bottom. Read between the lines. That's all I'll say. What am I watching currently in anime? I'm finally finishing Attack on Titan. Finally, even though I know how it all ends. I'm in season 4 of that. What else am I watching? Dude, how do you say it? Gachakuta? Gachakuta? That show's really good. I've been loving that. What the hell else did I start? I'm drawing a blank right now. There's more. I promise there's more. I just can't think. Oh yeah, One Piece. I've been starting that back up here and there. I'll get you an episode like once a week. I finished a bunch of stuff recently. I kind of want to rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho again after a conversation I had with one of my buddies. I finished Bleach 1,000 Year War finally. Awesome show. I do want to get back and finish watching My Hero. It's been a minute since I've watched any of that, and the spin-off series. What is that one called? Vigilantes or something like that? I don't remember what it's called. How about you guys? Second season's already announced. Sick. Hell yeah. What? Started this 345. Yeah, dude. I think I'm around there. I can't remember the number I'm on. I think I'm around 300. 320? Something like that? I don't remember. Dude, it's a good show. It's just too fucking much. It's just too fucking much. Locally, I'm dragging my feet watching it because I know they're doing the remake, right? The abridged version or whatever they're calling it. So I'm like, maybe I'll just wait for that. You know, they're cutting it down significantly. Do I need all the other stuff? Probably not. Probably not. Oh, I finished Lord of Mysteries. That was really good. Highly recommend that one. What else, dude? The Swordsman one. What the hell is that shit called? Swordsman from the Village. The one about the teacher that's on Amazon. That one was a pretty good show. Decent. The Dusk Beyond the Edge of the World started good and was intriguing. It ended really, really terribly. That kind of killed it for me. They rushed the hell out of the ending. It just made no sense, like how things played out. And then that's a lot. Shit, that's kind of a lot of anime already. Yeah, it started off so good. It was like promising how it started off, and then what the fuck happened? I don't understand what they were thinking. Like the characters completely changed entirely in the last 2 or 3 episodes. It was just like, what? This guy was a bad guy? Why? I've never seen a character, like a villain reveal, that ended so quickly. I've never seen that before. And I know I'm spoiling it for some people, but I'm sorry, dude. I have to spoil it. That show sucks ass, so maybe my spoiling it will spare you. They do a major villain reveal, and he dies within the next minute. Like, you're just like, okay. Well, first of all, why was he a villain? And then, what was the point of the twist? It's fucking stupid. Just fucking stupid, right? Alright. Let's get to building. Alright, so let's do top, yes? Top mount, because I like top mount. And then maybe next time, yeah, let me show off the mat real quick too, please. Yeah, let me show you the mat. Move this off. Yeah, I absolutely love this mat. He just dropped this one. This is from his most recent group buy. So there's this one, and there's a pink variant of this. Highly recommend. Like, that artwork is crazy. Yes, they're expensive. Like, this is a $45 mat, right? I think the average is like $20 for everything else, but look at it. Look at it. It's so dope. And again, shout out to Goth. Goth is the homie as well. So many sick people in this hobby, dude. So many truly creative people. All right. Still cheaper than the Gap Mat's fact. And the Gap Mat, it looks cool, but man, that thing is paper thin. It's almost like not even having a mat. You know what I mean? Which I guess if that's a thing, right? Mats do change sound. So I get that. Maybe that's a plus to some people. For me, I actually like having a thicker mat. Damn it. There it is. Okay. Okay. Get these two in. Yeah, I agree. Thick mats is the method, man. It's either thick mat or no mat for me. More often than not, it's thick mat though. I wish more people made thick mats. I don't know of it. Somebody was asking me the other day, like, do I recommend? Is there any other designer I would recommend with thick mats? And I'm like, I don't know of anybody else. And you would think it's just a millimeter, right? Like that doesn't make it makes a huge difference. All right. All right. I use keep mat over desk mat to make the board more isolated from other stuff on my desk mat. No, that's a good idea. That's true. I've been thinking about it. I just like having the big art piece too to look at. So that's part of the reason why I like desk mats more so than utility even. But I have been thinking about going to something smaller just so I have more space to work with. Like this thing takes up so much damn space. All right, switch this out. Let's see how it sounds. And I wish I had time to go through and do a couple different rebuilds, but we're gonna have to save that for another day. The SS bottom looks nice. It does. I really think it looks beautiful on here. I wonder if you can hit up Shanggu to just get like different bottoms made. I did reach out to him to get some a PCB for the black lin that I got, and he did have that in a plate. So maybe he's got some stuff stashed away. Yo, Trav. What up, fam? Happy Sunday, dude. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope the fam's all good. Came at the perfect time. About to get our sound test in. What's on the desk today? Okay. Show this thing off one more time. Look at that. Beauty. And we'll figure out what caps to put on it. I don't even want to touch it. Okay. So, the two choices. We're only going to go with two choices today. It's not a 1-for-1. In fact, I think the other one's probably going to look better. But we can go with good old Masterpiece or Blue Alert. One or two. Beige, Blue Alert. There you go. That's a happy medium, right? We get the beige in there. Okay. Blue Alert it is. Because we get beige in there too. and I look-y felt like this would look better. But we'll see. It's a very unique blue on this thing. I'm wondering, do I skip? Do I do alert row? Or do we skip alert row? Where the hell did I put alert row? That's right. Along with extras. Okay. Chris, what up, man? Okay. So, if you guys look, I mean, it's not like exactly perfect, but it'll work. Said hi and then proceeded to kick the plug out of the wall and shut off my computer. Oh no! Hopefully it's good, bro. Hopefully it's good. All right, let's try this with alert row first. And we'll go from there. Do I want to throw Artisan on here? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to figure out what escape I want to use too in a minute. Happens when you're old, bro. Shots fired, dog. I kicked the cable out of my camera so hard, I knocked it over and broke the USB port. I had to get it fixed. So, was not happy about that. Thankfully, I have coverage. Because that would have sucked otherwise. Ooh-ah. We'll try to load row first, and if this doesn't look great, then we'll switch back. I hope someone reruns GMK Signal soon. Dude, so there is a set in the works that we're planning on running through KKB that is close to Signal, but slightly different. It's not a one-for-one, but there will be an alpha kit that'll kind of bring it closer. But yeah, stay tuned for the announcement for that. It'll be coming very soon. And GMK is still on the table for it. We'll see. I haven't talked to anybody yet. I think we're just leaning towards KKB just because the pricing is so much better and the quality's gotten so good. It's kind of hard to justify. The only thing is still not really there is the texture. But everything else I would say is right there. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. They're just like Shine GMK to me, right? But at least they sound good. Because they used to just feel terrible and sound terrible. Maybe soon, right? Maybe we'll get GMK texture soonish. Oops, that's what you did. Ah. Sorry, trying to focus on getting all this out. I think the texture is close enough. It doesn't bother me at all. It's definitely smoother to me. Like, I mean, it's. I will say, to me, it's noticeably smoother. It's closer, honestly, I feel like, to old GMK. Old GMK used to have this like rubbery kind of texture to it. So I think if we were comparing the two of those, it seems closer. Newer GMK, can't speak. Newer GMK has like the what am I fucking doing? The more like chalky kind of texture to it. I don't know what the best way to describe it is, but there's definitely a noticeable texture to new GMK. Is it a deal breaker for me though? No, not even. SDFGHJ, but again, you like what you like, dude. Just doesn't do for you. Is it for sound or texture reasons or a combination or something? I tried KKB early from their early runs. Not a fan. Yeah, that's the general consensus, is that they used to suck. Realistically, they did shady shit, right? They cloned stuff, and the quality of their caps just wasn't there. But I will say, from I did a build with the OC62 using Konshu, and it's like, outside of texture, I would say it's 1-for-1 with GMK. And honestly, that set in particular is beautiful, right? It's triple shot, so it's just gorgeous to look at. It doesn't have like that ghetto fucking UV print bubbling that you get on GMK, and it's half the fucking price, right? Like it's hard to beat. KKB all day long at $90. Yeah, it's really hard. What switches we got in here? We got some Hyperglide Blacks. Old GMK had smoother texture too. Yeah, it's like a smooth rubber texture. Like, that's the best way to put it. It's noticeably smoother than new GMK. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because most people seem to prefer old GMK, except when it comes to prices, obviously. I don't even know if I can honestly say it's most people. I would say that the off the deep end enthusiasts tend to prefer old GMK. Whether or not that's cope, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It sounds the same to me, man. I've got old GMK sets. I've got new GMK sets. They sound identical to me. Maybe I'm just too much of a layman to pick it up. Okay. Ah. Oh, and KKV packaging is way better than GMK packaging. That's the other thing. These shits gotta go. I don't know. I get it. They had environmental laws or whatever, but there's got to be a solution that's better than whatever the fuck this is. I would take just plastic bags over this shit. Am I alone in that opinion, guys? Does anybody else hate this packaging as much as I do? Okay, let's see. What do we got? What do we got for artisans? I don't think I have anything that's going to look good on here. Not that's blue. Maybe we just go with the one of the cherry ones. Not blue and gray. I mean, I got the rubber guy over here. Nah, not close enough. Not close enough. Maybe the bro cap? Nah, too light. Okay, we're just gonna go with this dude. Opening up a whole extension kit for one thing. GG's, guys. There we go. How'd that? I wonder if you can make vodka from G pitchers. They got something going on in there, dude. What it is, I can't tell you. I do feel like I've gotten high off of GMK dust, though. Whatever that shit is. Okay. I'm trolling, obviously. I'm gonna put these in here so I don't lose them. Sounds the same, yeah. I had Frost Switch 1 and 2 sound the same. Placebo's a hell of a drug. No, it is real, dude. It's a real thing. Clout is a hell of a drug as well. Clout and copium. They go hand in hand. Okay. Yeah, that looks real nice on there, guys. What a set. What a board. Let's see how this thing looks, yeah? Make sure everything's on. Properly seated. Okay, let's see how it sounds. Yes? Yes, and I gotta catch up to y'all. My bad. All right. Diego's gonna build this in Tessie on stream. Yo, hell yes. Hell fucking yes. I can't wait to hear that thing. DCS packaging would be better. Literally, isn't that just like the plastic bags? Clout plus copium with added placebo. Yeah, there you go, dude. That's the end game drug right there. I'm guilty, by the way. I'm just as guilty of being a clout chaser as anybody else in this hobby. I just try to be honest about it. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Like what you like. No judgment. Okay, let's pause it up and see how this thing sounds. I'm gonna put it on 60 seconds. And then we'll breeze through this. Okay. Again, this is Hyperglide Blacks. Looped, filmed, and spring swapped. I did 54.5 gram 19 millimeter grave strip springs on this, 205 on the sides of the stem, on the back of the leaf, and 105 on the spring. And I used TX films. shit, what happened? Not the reset. Also, let me reposition this real quick. It's kind of loud. So it sounds more natural. All right. Sounds like a keyboard for show. Doesn't seem like this is sitting right, so let me double check real quick what's going on with this spacebar. It's not usually that steady. So, let's see. Does this thing pop out at all? Yeah, it does not sound like the V2. It's definitely its own thing, for sure. It's like, I think the spacebar is warped. I can see a little bend to it. I don't know why it's not sitting on you right. Let's see. If I can get it on there perfect. Oh, one other thing, real fast. There it is. Okay. All right. Yo, Alex. Yep, perfect timing, dude. Let's see how this thing sounds. Butt plug is the best way to mod spacebars. What? What? Nixie's on alu. No. Close, but no. These are blacks. Blacks on aluminum. Let's go to 10K so I can type slower and see if that helps you guys hear this a little bit better. I'm not sure why this spacebar is so damn thuddy right now. It doesn't feel like it's, I mean, it kind of feels like the stab is bottoming out, so I don't know why that's the case. I don't know if this came in and popped out the wire or something. Let's see. Put this in. Right. Did that do the trick? Oops, backwards. It's not all the way on. I can even go lighter than that. Let's see if it centers it. It's slightly warped, which is fucking with it a bit, but this is the other problem with GMK, dude. I have yet to encounter a GMK spacebar that's not warped. Like, god damn it. Oh god. Actually, yeah, let me try it. Let me grab it. Okay, give you one real fast. Just see what's going on. If it's the stabs or the spacebar. It does sound better like that, for sure. It was a lot less thuddy. See how that comes through. Could also be the plate, I'm being honest. There's a ton of material under here. I think I want to try this with a cutout plate, like one of the Jane plates that I've got. I should have did that to begin with. I have extras too that I got for the Corsa. That would have worked perfectly on here. I think there's just too much material, so it's just gonna sound thuddy. Still, I mean, it sounds better like this when it's just barely on. But yeah, either BCP or a slightly modified plate with some relief cuts underneath would be the sick. They're not bottoming out. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to revisit that one. I'm wondering if the wire bent. Because I'm not getting like consistent pop. And that's what's killing it. Sorry. All right, one more time. There we go. Much better. What is this? There we go. Sorry, I'm intentionally trying to type slower. It's kind of hard. Crap. Yeah, I think it sounds a lot better like that. Once it's seated properly. Still a deeper sounding spacebar. I mean, it is top mount. Again, this is not a Jane, right? I've always said that. The She is its own thing. Different typing angle, different weight design. Same plate, sure, but clearly the acoustics are different. It's in top mount. Maybe next time I'll have time to try O-ring again. O-ring is a little bit cleaner sounding, less resonance, but I think the resonance works in this board. It's not like sharp or metallic. It's just a little bit deeper, right? Let me turn that off too, so you guys can take a look, take a gander. Beautiful board, sounds great, especially for the price. Silky asked earlier why She versus ME. My answer was She's its own thing. I prefer the way it sounds to the ME, and why do the ME when you can always get V2 OG or CE or V3 at this point? Exactly, bro. Top mount, best mount, right? That's usually how I feel too. I like deeper sounding boards and a little bit of resonance when it's good. Certain boards sound really good with O-ring, right? The Jane V2 CE O-ring is perfection. So it is what it is. I get it, you know. But again, I think the She's a great board. What do you guys think? What's the verdict? It sounds like a keyboard. It looks like a keyboard. Yeah, I think I would agree, Chris. Beautiful rectangle. Yep, teach their own, man. Teach their own. I personally think it's beautiful. Especially the bottom design. How this whole thing is a single weight piece. stick with the JNV2. I mean, yeah, different board. Dead ass different board. But I wouldn't knock it. You're talking about a $3,000 board versus a $500 board. Dodgy or she? Dodgy or she? Really depends on the person, man. Subjectively speaking. This was a gift for me, right? So, like, this board's not going anywhere. This is going to stay in the collection. Which one am I enjoying more right now? I mean, new board bias? I don't know. It's close. Let's see. Let's put them next to each other. So this is Nixie's Nixie Aldo top mount. This is Black's Aldo top mount. So close, not exactly, but close. It's hard, man. They're so different. They're so different, bro. I couldn't tell you, honestly, right now. I really, really like the Dodgy a lot. I've always liked the She. I do have that new keyboard bias going on right now, right? So we'll see. Give me a week, and I'll give you a better answer. But for right now, I'm digging them both. Did I try O-Ring? No, I haven't had a chance to try O-Ring in this one. I did in previous builds, and I liked O-Ring. I'm just in my top mount phase now. So everything is, I default to top mount every single time now. I will say I think the She is more resonant. Like, you can hear more of the plate. It's not terrible, but you can definitely hear it. Versus not as much here. Yeah, it's tough. Very tough. The Dodgy has like an airier profile to it. I would need to do like a 1-for-1 comparison with the same switches in both to get like a really a better answer for you, I guess. I don't know. I love variety, guys. You know me. I mean, look behind me. I love having a bunch of shit. I don't like my stuff sounding the same. I like having different stuff. I do love Nixies and Blacks and Cherry switches and shit for sure. But even with those same switches, I like variety of sound. Like, I don't like all of my Nixies sounding the same in the same board configurations. You know what I mean? Same plate, same switches. I always default to Nixies for my first build when it's for me. That's a go-to move. Nixies or Blacks. But then I have multiple builds for other boards, and I usually switch them out for different stuff. But generally, you guys know I'm a Cherry guy. But even within Cherry, I mod them differently, right? Time for you to try HMX then? I've tried it. I'm not the biggest fan. It's just not my cup of tea. Yeah, I like the scratch. I like the texture. I don't mind Gateron. HCs have been fine for HMX. I've liked those. But for the most part, I just don't like plasticky sounding switches. That's my thing. You know what I mean? even like deeply broken in switches like MX Blacks and stuff, I'm not the biggest fan of because I think it makes them sound more plasticky. So, you know, teach their own. Teach their own. Enjoy what you like. Plenty of room for us all in this hobby. But all right, guys, I got to rush. My wife's already banging on the door. We got to get going. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time. Next time I'll do an O-ring build in this. We'll pull it out. We'll do an O-ring build or something else. Maybe a different plate. And give it another shake. All right, guys. GG's. Have a good rest of your weekend. If you're stateside, hopefully you have tomorrow off. Enjoy it with your families. Have a good one. And I will catch y'all this week. Wait. Is anybody else streaming? Before I always forget to do this. Is anybody else streaming? Let's see. Who can we raid? Not that we got a huge audience, but maybe we help somebody else out. Anybody recommend anybody? I don't see anybody in the Keebs space. Adept is? Wait, what? Where's Adept? I don't see him. Whoa. What's going on here? Oh, he did? Damn it. Anybody else? Let's see. Keyboards. Let me search keyboards. If not, I'm just going to find somebody in Makers. Okay, let's go to Makers and Crafting and just find somebody. Yeah? Let's find somebody. All right. Let's go. We're going to... Is he back? Where you at, Adept? Is he back? Oh, he's back. Okay, sick. Let's go say what up to Adept. Sick. All right, guys. GG's. Have a good rest of your weekend. Catch you online. We out.